Kristopher Dean was no one.
Adapting and adjusting. Yeah, they both start with A's, man. You know what I mean? And they have similar meanings, but adapting to one thing and adjusting to a thing is completely two different things in and of themselves. Once you adapt to that thing, you become a part of that thing. And then when you adjust, you take on a little bit of the tank, but you don't take as much. But you're still taking some because you have to adjust to how this is going. This is the difference between being institutionalized and one who's almost ready to be free.
Absolutely.
See? One who adapts to the lifestyle and all the things and the accoutrements that go along with that. One who adjusts deals exactly what we just said. I deal in the moment. And as long as I'm ready for the moment to change, no matter how it changes, as long as I'm ready for the change in the next moment, everything's going to be great because I'm ready for it.
Absolutely.
I have an old saying that I tell people all the time in some of the groups that I teach, that if you expect a dog to quack like a duck and lay an egg, who's stupid? You or the dog? You see? Because the dog is always going to do what the dog is supposed to do.
Yes. Chase its own tail.
Man, even if that's what he wants to do, he's a dog. Yeah. However, if you're expecting this dog to quack like a duck and lay an egg, then there's something seriously wrong with you because obviously he's a dog and not a duck.
Exactly.
So our expectation level has to come down to a realistic level of acceptance. When I see a person and I see this guy's a gang member or a drug dealer or whatever, I'm not trying to cast judgment on him, but I see who you are.
But that's why these officers and administration and these people say, if it walks like a duck, if it talks like a duck, well,
must be a
quacks
duck.
like a duck.
It must be a duck.
And so I've learned that trial and tribulation my whole entire life just based on guilty by association. But now I'm trying to associate with everything that this redemption channel will show, because if I'm interviewing the type of interviews I'm bringing forth, then obviously those are the type of counterparts I have. So now I'm starting to show you what type of birds this feather flocks with,
fact,
to show you what the feathers of this bird
are about.
Exactly.
Well, it's not even just that. Right now, you're always going to get a lot of pushback because most of us are convicted murderers or whatever we are. The bottom line comes down to this, man. We did something horribly wrong to another human being, to that human being's family, to our own families, to our immediate communities, and to society, our cities and counties and states and all these other different places. But at the close of the day, if there's no chance for redemption, then what is the penal system for? What are we here for? I can honestly tell you, and for anybody who's going to listen, that 30 plus years ago when I first came in here, this was not the place to be. These people were not proactive, trying to help anybody do anything. But after the last 20, 25 years, that has started to change a little bit. They're starting to get more and more qualified people to come in here and work and be a part of the process that's actually helping, because some of these guys are not lifers. They're going home and they're not doing anything to these people. You know what I mean? Okay.
Yeah, well, that's a lot of the fact of, well, the situation is the perception of it and how people feel that we don't have a space, and that's a big part of why the voting issue, trying to give inmates a right to vote again. So it's almost if, do we really have a right to speak when we victimize, when we broke the law, when we have been antisocial and showed that we disregarded life in general? Because like you said, some of us are murderers, let alone not following the norms of society and the rules and regulations that are meant there for public safety. But I do believe that taxpayers and people across the United States, when we have the biggest incarcerated occupancy of 2.1 million and some change, last time I seen the statistics on
2.2
and 2.2 in United States, in this country, because United States is known for mass incarceration, which means mass taxpayer dollars, which means
California leads the pack with all of them.
For the the laws went way beyond punitive and became monetary, and it became a big business. And now I think it's starting to come to a head and it's starting to retract in some of these other countries that have different systems, and it shows that it works and it creates a lesser crime wave or less violence. Then it seems maybe someone's doing something right and someone's doing something wrong. But at the control of what I can do, because I'm in the trench, let's just pull up to a guy and say, hey man, you got some remorse in your heart? You got something you want to say? You want to do a podcast? Because 15 years ago, 10 years ago, maybe podcast wasn't nothing.
Right.
And it's actually surprising to me because there's so much technology that people actually sit down and listen to interviews now.
Right.
Our disadvantage is I can't record us with a video.
Right.
But I could capture the conversation through the tablet.
Right.
Because now we have access to GTL. So that's the best I could do. But I do understand that still, it's the perception. We're going to have the yay, hey, look at what they're doing, and nay, let them fry.
Right.
Do you realize what he did? So that's even open. That's why if you take the time to come over here on my show and talk bad about it, by all means, God bless you, and I welcome it because you're entitled to that.
That's where you
But
are.
if I let that be the reason why I won't come up out the ashes to try to put forth a positive product, well then I'm not doing what the Lord told me to do with the passage that taught me there was 3 men. All were given talents. The first one, he dug it in the ground and didn't do nothing with it because he was scared.
Right.
He didn't want to lose it. He didn't want to mess it up. He wanted to be able to give it back when the Lord came. The second guy, he doubled it. But the third guy quadrupled 10 times over because the Lord gives you talent so you can multiply them. So the first guy, he came and he was upset with it. And then the second guy, he said, man, good job. But the third guy, he said, well pleased.
Well pleased.
Well pleased. I want the Lord to be well pleased with the finished product of what redemption is when I'm dead and gone. So I hope after all the wake of violence and victimization I left for the first half of my life, I'm 46 now, and I don't know when I'm going to die and get called home. But if I could do good from this point on, leaving a product that could withstand time and last forever in a capsule of recovery and rehabilitation, that's what this is.
Well, like I said, from your mouth to God's ear, and we're going to get down to some singing.
Amen to that.
So, here we go with No One.
No one.
So, I hope you like it.
Amen.
No more sorrow, no more regrets. When will time come so I can rest? The silence broken, something went wrong, and now all I have is a chance to heal and move on. Ooh, no one can ever tell you. Oh, no one can ever say you're wrong. Ooh, no one can blame you. Oh, no one but me knew you were gone. Knew you weren't gonna. No more laughter, no more sunny days. How did we get to this awful place? Silence broken, something went wrong. And now all I have is a desire so strong. Oh, ooh, no one can ever tell you. No one can ever say you're wrong. Oh, ooh, no one can blame you. No more nights to pray, no more aching, no more words to say, silence broken, something went wrong, and now all I have is the thought of you and it's gone.
Well, if they hand out Grammys for podcasts, you deserve one, Chris.
Well, that's just off the cuff, man. Yeah, I wish we could have dressed it up the way it was supposed to be done and done right. But it is what it is, man. And I'm grateful that it at least will be out there and people will get a chance to hear it. Like I said, I'm grateful for this opportunity. I'm grateful to the world and for everyone who's going to listen to this. God bless you. May your family stay safe. May you be safe. To my family who's probably going to listen to this, I love all of you.
Amen.
Every single one of you. Everybody that's on Team Chris that's been with me all this time. And there's nothing else to say, man. But please, when you do think of myself or others incarcerated, remember what we did. But concentrate on who we are today. Because that's what really matters going forward. Thank you.
Thank you so much for blessing us. I want to go ahead and open up for comments, likes, shares, and follows. If you like what you heard, you want to request something from Chris, go ahead and drop the comments in the comment box. We will forward the information to Kristopher. His CDCR number is at the front of this podcast, so if you want to look him up on the GTL tablet and get at him through Getting Out app, feel free. I know he'd love to hear from you. With a voice like that, if you're out there and you need a piece, go ahead and reach out. We're trying to give a living amends to anybody who will listen and who wants it. So maybe you have something in the works to offer Chris. He's got a voice of an angel. From all of us at Street Knowledge Soldiers presents Redemption, we appreciate the time. We appreciate that you come in and you tune in and you hear us out, and that's a blessing inside of itself. And from all of us here, to you, Chris, God bless you.
Thank you,
you, your family, and to all our listeners,
thank you.
God bless you all. Good evening.
One love.
One love. Redemption.
Redemption.